Okay, I am going to be cutting my background fabric for my Kristen quilt. I'm going to be using my Stripology XL ruler because it's way faster. I just align the top of my fabric with one of the lines on the ruler. You can't really see, there's a white line that goes across right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to cut all my width of fabric pieces first. I always fold my fabric into quarters. So fabric usually comes folded in half with the selvages matched, but I like to then fold it into quarters. You do have to make sure that your fabric is folded straight when you do it this way, but it gives you a shorter distance to cut, and I just find that I'm much more likely to shift the ruler or something and then miscut that way than any other way. So that's what I like to do. All right, 3 more of these. 1, 2, 3. Got 11 total. So put those aside. Okay, I have to do a little math sometimes with these. 6.5, 13, 19.5. You can always write it down if you can't do it on the fly or don't remember. And then I'm going to cut my little tiny sashing strips, which will stay as with the fabric strips. So those will be set aside until later in the quilt. There we go. 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So those will be the long sashing pieces. I'm going to set those aside till later in the quilt. That's what I had left over. Now I'm going to take these pieces and subcut them into my short sashing pieces. And because I just put a clean rotary blade on, I'm going to stack them all and cut them all at once. So you do need to make sure everything is lined up nicely. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then I'll have a little bit of scrap left over. This ruler is really nice because it has a star at every 1.5 inch mark and a square at every 2.5 inch mark. So since those are pretty common measurements, then you don't have to really think about it. All right, those are all cut. I need to cut some 2.5 inch squares, but not all of them. So make sure that you count. Each strip can get 16 squares. Always flip over so that the side with the widest selvage is showing so that I don't accidentally include that into my block, because I don't cut the selvage off before I do this because I can just cut it up now. So what I need is 4.5 of these. So I'm going to do 2, just do 2 at a time. So I'm just cutting at each square. That was 2 strips, so, and I need to cut from 4.5 strips. So what I'm going to do is put out 4 and then just do a half. So I'm opening it all the way up. These are they're all folded in half, so that this ends up giving me 4.5 strips. Make sure everything's lined up nicely. Okay, I have my half strip left over. So just like that, I have all of my fabric cut.